amazing, very, very powerful story. All the people we support here at the foundation, they live in Nashville by way of Sudan and a little bit of time in Ethiopia, a little bit of time in Kenya, but they've been here quite a number of years. We've tried to help them through art, through education, and now we've kind of narrowed down our focus into making sure that lost boys have an opportunity to actually go back home. We sent James McQuash, one of the lost boys, home last year. He hadn't seen his mother in, I want to say, 20 years. So it's a pretty remarkable thing. So we want to send at least 2 to 3 lost boys home for a visit, whether that's Sudan or whether the family's in Kenya, each year. Listen, all causes are good, no doubt about it. And this is particularly a good cause. And I became involved because I read the book, What is the What? Which was extremely moving. It's about a lost boy in Atlanta. And wanted to, quote unquote, do something. What I never anticipated or expected was the people who I got to meet through the foundation, Lost Boys. And so I want to talk about 3 in particular who are my friends, and they're all wonderful people. But the 3 I want to talk about a little bit are Gabriel Wall, John Jarwell, who are both here tonight, and then James McQuash, who's another friend, and James can't be with us because he's working. All 3 of them have jobs. James works 2 jobs while he tries to do his art. Gabriel had been working for a labor contractor for Nissan and just got hired by Nissan a couple months ago, so he's full-time at Nissan. And John actually works for Metro in a law department. Gabriel, again, lost boy. John he's an Ole Miss grad, was a boy soldier also in Africa. Been an Ole Miss grad, and he works for us. And they all make pretty decent money, not great money, but pretty decent money. So you think everything would be cool, everything's fine. But they send almost all their money back home to their families in Africa. It's remarkable. And so they basically live off of, I always tell them living off minimum wage, because they send so much good money back to Africa. It's really remarkable. But the other remarkable thing about all of them is how positive they are. And so you hang out with these guys and you just don't want to stop hanging out with them because they make you laugh. And the favorite activity, especially Gabriel and John, is to give me crap. They love nothing better than going to lunch and making fun of me the entire time. And so that's your kind of thing. You like having friends that just poke fun of you all the time. I hope you get to know some of these lost boys because they're just really, really great people. So anyway, spend some time with them, meet them, and just enjoy. Just some of their positivity will, I'm sure, will rub off on you. It's also my duty tonight to introduce our mayor, and also a friend of mine, not a lost boy. But he also likes to give me a lot of crap, so he has that in common. But new Americans, such as the Lost Boys, there is no better friend of new Americans, I would say, in this country than our mayor right here in Nashville. And so this might be his 3rd or his 4th time he has come to a Lost Boys event since I've been around in the mayor's office, which is about 3 years. So without further ado, our mayor.
Well, thank you, and thank you, Saul, for that introduction, and thank you for all that you do for our city. And why don't we all just stop for a moment and agree that we will not give Saul any more crap. I mean, just take it easy on him. Look, what I really want to say to you all is, to Lost Boys, thank you for being in Nashville. We have, I believe, somewhere in the area of 150 Lost Boys who live in our city, and it's an honor that you're here. So one of the things that I like to tell folks about Nashville is that there's lots of ways that cities get honored. You can make certain lists, you can get awards for things, but the greatest honor in the world that anybody can give us is when somebody comes and decides they want to live in our city. If somebody comes to the United States and they can live in any of the 50 states, they can live in Guam, they can live in Puerto Rico, and they pick Nashville, Tennessee. The place that they want to put down their roots, where they want to live their dreams, where they want to raise their family, where they want to be part of our community. That is the greatest compliment that anyone can ever pay to us. And so we are so thankful for that compliment, and we're so thrilled that you are here. The city is a city that I think is benefited so much from New Americans, has benefited so much from embracing diversity. We have a whole series of new programs that Shani Yuli, who's here with us, is running in my office for New Americans. I want to talk in particular about one, My City Academy. And I'm talking about this because we're actually taking applicants for it right now, and I think we will till February 13th. And what this is essentially it's a way for New Americans to become further acquainted with the city. They get to learn about how the city operates. They hear from such interesting speakers as Law Director Solomon. They hear from the Chief of Police. They hear from the Mayor. They hear from the Metro Council. And they study the city. And they get to know how the city actually operates. And it goes on for several months. And at the end, you're part of an alumni group that involves the New Americans from all over the world who live in Nashville, Tennessee. And you're in a position to be a further engaged person in our community. And I would encourage you all to apply. It's sort of a unique program. I think it's the first in the country to do this, and it's something that I think that's going to catch on nationwide. But we would love to have you participate. See Shauna if you want to do an application. But let me again just conclude with saying thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for picking Nashville. We're thrilled you're here. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mayor Dean. And I know that Gabriel and John will certainly be on the My City Academy next team. They're shaking their head, yes. Okay, very good. Okay, I think the next item on the agenda, we're going to have our president speak. Is that right, Dee?
Yeah.
Oh. Dee Flowers is our president. She has done an awesome job in her 2 or 3 years. 2 years, and she's trying to get out, but we're going to let her get out. She's been to Sudan, she's been to other places in Africa, she's seen what goes on firsthand. She has a huge heart, and she's going to bring you up to date on some things. So, Dee?
Thank you, Saul. Thank you, Mayor, for coming to our event. And I'm happy to see all of you here. You know, we wanted to have sort of an intimate setting, a small venue, where you could actually spend some time conversing and talking with the Lost Boys. And this is exactly what's happened. I'm really happy to see that. Don't forget, we do have the PowerPoint back here if you have a chance to go back. It tells the story. It only lasts about 7 minutes. It's great. And I'm looking for Dr. May Zhao. She is Vice President, and she is the one who headed up this thing and let us come over here, May.
Thank you, and I think it's with everybody here and made it tonight. This is special and small events. It is, if no everybody help, we cannot make this through. So I just want to say, because this is the first time, Dee and I and Natalie, so we three together try to, to organize these events. But all we are never having experience, but we learned when we do. And I really want to appreciate the sponsor. First one is from Liebman Brother, Greg Nizer, and they help a lot. And also from Middletown Cafe, Randy helped a lot, and also the Dr. Ruti. From the Skin Center. So it's without everybody help, I don't think we can do tonight. Also, all the board members here help. I just want to say thank you for your help and enjoy tonight. Thank you.
And very quickly, I want to introduce the board and other board members that are here because everyone pulled together for our event. And Paul is second vice president or first vice president. We have 2. I need 2 to help me. So thank you, Paul. And he's going to speak a little bit. And so is Majoke Niall. And they can tell you a little bit about their story. And I just want to let you know too, we're going to have another large fundraiser later on in the year, and we'll look for all of these beautiful faces there. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President D. Flower. And thank you, Mayor. Yes, New America is great. And I was one of the board members of the panel, the one that was at the Global Mall. That's fantastic. Before I speak, actually earlier, somebody put me aside. I'm like, you know what? You gotta mention in front of Mayor that lost boys have received help and they still need some help. But let the Mayor know that who need help more are the lost boys' wives and kids. They need education opportunity where, like if there's a program that could be initiated for babysitters so that they could go to school. So that was one that was brought to my attention by one of the lost boys professors. We call him professor because they teach at the university. Little rank, yes, he's over yonder. So, yes. Have I said it correctly? Fantastic. Yes, there are quite a few here. I was asked to bring drums. Drums are over yonder. There are quite a few that know how to play drums as part of the entertainment. Chuodem Kur and the rest, if you could walk close to that drums. Oh, Chuod is here. We can make that happen. We want to get that cultural dance going. There are some audience outside this place that want to see the mayor dance. I'm looking forward to it too.
I'll save that for the big fundraiser.
How about that? Yes, Mayor served that. We are also working in inviting Reese Witherspoon back. Andy is working on that to be on our next fundraiser. So Mayor is serving it for that. Okay. I'm not gonna talk much for the rest of you. This is gonna be possibly my last fundraiser with y'all. I'm fixing to go to Texas. I'm transferring there job-wise. My family is gonna be here for a little while. So, yes, as many of you know, Texas is there because of Tennessean. A lot of our people volunteer, people like David Crockett, Sam Houston, and many more. So, yes, David Crockett was a congressman in Murfreesboro, I believe. And so I'm flagging y'all into our Tennessee story. How did you know that? Yes, I studied public administration and government in the Department of Political Science. I was in school with Jason Bobo at David Lipscomb University. We went to places like St. Martin, did few things together and all of that. All right. One more song. Where are my daughters? Actually, the whole family is here. The whole family at the whole food. How about that? Tokamero warala bil koi wan ti wek yong dang yal. Tokamero tiya non mai padala bil. Tongya pilun ko lang walang ko lang manyang. Well wan te lo mangod ko wai ko. Mo le ni wat ke. Ram lo dong nya ni. Koran nhỏ trên đồng hồ ngân ngoài này đi. Em có cho lom dài, em có cho cả lành ran. Cái đó là chiếu tuyên nghi. Cái này chỉ biểu bề của đi chặt chăm khéo mi gì cor. Mà trong nhà nó trên được bil quay qua mà nhỏ kì. The tungu do kwera belau, when the content imang and mafia pinum, one jon tung dorol, I chair lay gamam, a beg a tungu and tunganol, or boy jerry gamal, tungu gitajaramara dogatiel, up at the bell to the morwa, catch a lay number 2. Ora chambai pakame pante do unwa pante do lunga bo de gondit. Golle gran enge de pian num on chena kang jon nyana reje. Aga ni leje kwal ti ang da nong ma nyan kari. Tulega potok dole jama yeria. Ana tok til dole jama yeria. Bajut you now walk it's your turn. Thank you very much. Actually, Saul was one of the presidents. Madam Rose Moreno, Andy, and many more. There are quite a few board members here, and I will yield the rest of time to Her Excellency. Oh, us. You see, I'm getting there. Yes. Saul is our master of the ceremony, so I'm gonna give it to Saul. And actually, we're looking forward to see Saul doing. They are in some of the slide there. So, where's Saul? Thank you.
Where's Lois? Is she hiding somewhere? Lois Moreno is still with us on the foundation. She likes to stay in the background, but she has been with the foundation since it began. And she keeps saying she's going to quit, and we just go let her. She keeps coming back. She's an awesome woman, and I don't see her anywhere. Lois?
She was downstairs
She's
with the tickets.
downstairs, of course. That's Lois for it. Anyway, I think that's it for our planned remarks. We get the drums going and we get some dancing going. I know Mary's ready to dance. So thank you very much all for coming. It's been a great evening.